The front spar has been removed from the jig. Les is cleaning the inside area of the rear spar of the French wing.
Hello.
Hi sir. So what's this little machine you've got here, Les?
Well, effectively it's a spot cleaner, and it uses aluminium oxide or similar. It blows it through a nozzle onto the area that you want to clean.
Oh.
So you can just make out the outline there because I've been cleaning it a little bit. So around the head of the bolt, if you've got this over the top, like so, squeeze the trigger,
Yeah.
it fires aluminium oxide in that area in the hope that we can clean it up.
Have you done all this then? Or is that just...
I've done all this by hand.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, as you can see, there's an awful lot of corrosion. And I think at the end of the day, we're going to have to take all the bolts out.
Yeah.
You sort of aim it over an area and keep working an area.
Yeah.
This fires very concentrated amounts
Of what?
of aluminium oxide or whatever the cleaning media is that you're using, and concentrates it in an area. So if you had a small amount of damage that you wanted to just ease out, you could use something like that.
Keith has removed the middle section of the web from the rear spar. So this is the old panel underneath. We've just taken off the web, the rear web, and this is the old one here. You can see how it's corroded away. Oh, and this is a new one Keith has made and drilled out. You can see it is not very thick, only about a 1/16 of an inch, 63 pounds. John's working on the end rib. This is the one they bolt to the wingtips. So is this a double skinned rib, this one?
No, this is only a single one.
Pardon?
This is only a single skin.
Oh, it's only a single,
Yeah.
that's it.
Yeah, so all you've
Just
got...
lift it up and wave it about. How thin it is. Unbelievable, isn't it?
Yeah.
And you've got to
When
take,
you've got those on the side, look,
yeah, they're straight for those.
and then the ones going across,
Yeah.
it does. Well, yeah, it is single.
Yeah. And taking all these rivets out, everything's coming
Probably
apart.
not taking those out actually because I might, but as it stands, they're aluminium, so they're
okay.
they're
then.
fairly strong rivets.
Yeah.
So, and there's no signs of any corrosion on the other side.
Yeah.
So there was corrosion behind these things though, behind these little stiffeners.
Yeah. And you just make new ones of those, will you then?
No, we've blasted the old ones, so
Okay.
they'll be alright and they'll just get painted and put back on. Maybe I don't know. Edge profile.
And these are alright, they can save these, can you?
Yeah, this one, that one has just got like surface corrosion on it.
Yeah.
Needs cleaning up.
Yeah.
They were both a bit bent. I've had to straighten them. Well, not straighten them out, as in
No,
get the
but-
curve back
yeah.
where it should be. And then that one has got surface corrosion, which obviously I've cleaned most of it off.
Yeah.
But there's, you can see the dark areas of proper corrosion, but it's just going to end up having to be treated
Yeah.
and painted. But this has got cracks in it, so every so often there's if you look there,
Oh yeah, I should have
there's
seen
cracks,
the crack
so
there,
they've
yeah.
stop drilled the crack, and then there's going to be little repair plates that
But they go on the inside
on
there.
the inside, yeah, and they
Yeah.
just can some rivet.
So you put in what, one of those, one of the kind of,
Yeah, so that
Just
one
show us, yeah.
is deep. Hold on, I'll find deep.
so your repair plate.
Yeah, so it's got a profile with a radius because it's going to fit sort of fairly snugly inside, and that just fits in there, and then
and that would be okay for taxiing purposes.
and then that one's got for some reason when they built it, nearly all these holes have got an extra hole, like maybe a tooling hole next to it, but when they've drilled it through for the correct size, they've figure of 8. Made a figure of 8. So like
that's
that
just in the production.
Yeah, that's in production. So you can see where that somebody's drilled a little hole there, but the main hole needed to be there.
Yeah.
So yeah, that little repair behind there, it's got obviously 4 countersunk rivets holding it together.
Yeah.
And then the stringer bolts onto there. So then behind there'll be another little spreader plate, and that's what's caused the crack. If you look, the cracks are at the side, and the spreader plate was about ½ an inch wide, so they've just cracked either side of it.
What is a spreader plate?
It's like the little, it's like one of those, basically, inside to spread the load from the bolt with the bolts the string into.
Yeah, I'm with you now. Yeah. Needs cleaning surface corrosion of the area of the boom where the new web will be fitted. They have decided to remove the boom from the web. This will make it easy to remove the surface corrosion. About a 1/16 of an inch thick.
Yeah. I'm not sure the gauge.
No, well I've just had a look. It's about 60 thou.
Yeah. But you can see where that one has been taken off. I mean, it's so much easier to clean it.
Yeah. Yeah, it could take hours, couldn't it, and days.
Well, I've already spent about a day and a half on it.
And you've only got this far, like.
Well,
yeah.
we only got this far.
We'll cut that out, folks.
If you look at that face, where I've cleaned it up, you get closer, you can actually see
the booms are machined from a billet of aluminium. I always thought they were cast.
See it there. See the machining marks?
No, I can't quite see them.
The lines.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, you can see where it's the actual rotary
Yeah.
cutter has gone along
Yeah.
and machined the face.
Well, what a machine, isn't it? Doesn't want to make it one of those.
Oh yeah.
You know, when you did this web, you've just made your new one. Did you just drill from the old one?
Yeah, copy drilled.
Drilled it. You put it on top and just drill through.
Yeah, just got the right holes, and then all these holes were like drill bushed.
Yeah.
Put the bushes in, piloted them, and then opened them up to the correct size.
I see. Yeah, so you got the exact centre of the hole with putting a bush in.
Yeah, I'll show you. See, that fits in. That fits in the hole. So you put the old one on top of the flat sheet, push that in the hole, drill through the middle, and then you're left with a hole right in the middle. And then you know exactly where it is, and you open that hole up.
Wander off anyway,
It'd
couldn't
turn,
it?
it'd rattle, because drills, they never run perfectly straight.
No.
So you've got to have a guide, steel guide, so you know it's gone in exactly the centre.
Yeah.
Because the holes have got to be exactly in the right place, otherwise the steel pins won't go through the two sets. And all your holes, you only need a couple of thou mismatch, and it won't go through.
Yeah.
Then you end up with oval holes.
Yeah.
Small cutters.
Oh, they were done with cutters that size.
Yeah. There's, like the same sort of cutters, exactly the same company, Rotor Broach, but they do them in a small set. See, and they're just the exact diameter, and you just put it on the tool and in the drill, and it centres it, and then
Oh, you've got the centre, yes, please.
Yeah, well, that's sprung loaded. So what is usually when you cut it, and what it does, it pops the round circular bit you've cut out, it pops it out.
Yeah. Oh.
So you get a nice clean hole like that.
Yeah, right, Right, thanks, Keith. So these nuts haven't been locked with a centre punch.
They don't feel like they have been, no, definitely not. So they're coming off remarkably easily.
Les is doing well removing the top side nuts of the stud. This is the underside view of the stud. This is where the trailing edge is fitted.
We've started.
Oh, that was just a nut then, was it? It wasn't
just a nut, yeah, they seem to be
nut and bolt, I mean.
every other, yeah.
It's where the three rows start here, isn't it?
From there, all the way.
And they were screwed. Did they come out all right? No.
Some did.
This is instead of the plug rivet.
Yeah. Evidently there's a reason behind it in the prototype one. The aircraft crashed because it's got extra plates in this area.
Overlapping.
Yeah, because the skin's peeled off.
Yeah.
When it was on an air test, and the aircraft crashed and killed the crew. And what they found was the plug rivets, because of the thickness of the material that's on there, it's like 3 plates.
Yeah.
Well, they were knocking the plug rivets in, they weren't forming properly in the spar. So they were only forming in the skin. So when it got in the right conditions, they pulled out and the air got behind it and peeled the skins off.
It would, wouldn't it? Very fast.
Yeah. So they changed them from plug rivets to screws. That cured the problem.
Yeah. That was good then. Only Sticky and Gary refitting the carburettor on number 1 engine. Number 2 engine ready to be fitted to the Lancaster.